Happening today, a special effort to address mental health in Alabama. WSFA 12 News is teaming up with the Alabama Department of Mental Health to help you connect to help that's out there.
WSFA 12 News reporter Bethany Davis explains this is all a part of our recent series, Under Pressure, Stressed Out in Alabama.
We've learned as we've spent the last few months exploring the mental health crisis in Alabama that there are so many factors that affect our mental health, and there's a real need to connect people to resources. So WSFA 12 News is teaming up with the Alabama Department of Mental Health to provide a phone bank to help connect people to those resources. This is Melissa Valdez with the Alabama Department of Mental Health. Let's talk about the need for an event like this, where the mental health crisis in Alabama stands right now.
We're typically, as the national average goes, 25% of us may be identified with a severe mental illness, or of course we all just have anxiety, depression, and the stress of everyday life. So it's really important to reach out, whether it's through a phone bank, whether it's through your local mental health center, a private psychiatrist or psychologist, and really take the time to do that. We obviously have seen many suicides in the news. We hear about that, and it's tragic, and we want to prevent that in any way that we can through proper mental health care access.
I know that Alabama has done a lot of work to increase access to mental health care. What have we improved, and what still needs a good amount of work?
Well, thankfully, the legislature and Governor Ivey has increased funding for crisis care substantially in the last 5 years. That's a major increase in access for us. We have now 5 crisis centers in the state. We have Spectra Care opening in Dothan very soon, and so that's a big increase in access to care 24/7. You can walk in one of those anytime that you like and be able to receive care. And 988, that's something that we thankfully now have. It's an easy to remember number, and we encourage people to call that number in a mental health care, substance use, or suicidal crisis.
Let's talk a little bit about beyond today. We know today is designed to connect people to resources, but it's only for a couple of hours. Beyond today, how do we connect with the resources that are available? How do we find them?
Well, it's very important to be aware of what's in your community, and that's one reason we're doing this. We understand that it's mainly for the river region and exterior communities and counties, but we want everyone to know that there is actually help available 24/7. There's access lines to the local mental health care centers, and 988, again, that's an access to care line. You want to make sure that you call that if you're in a crisis, but if you just don't know where to call, they can help you as well. It's important to know that there are community groups, there's peer support, there's warm lines, there's a group called Wings Across Alabama, a group called Peer in the Mobile area. There are so many. People really just have to take the time.
You just have to really invest in it. Just do a little bit of digging. You can probably find out. But that's what today is all about. So we know the Alabama Department of Mental Health has a number of those partners that will be here to answer these phones today. These are trained volunteers that can answer your questions and connect you to the resources that can help you right now. And we talked a lot about that 988 number. If you or someone you know is in a mental health emergency situation, call that 988 number. That's a 24/7 mental health crisis hotline designed to help anytime. And if it is a dire emergency, you can also call 911.
All right, Bethany, for our phone bank, we will give you that number when those phone lines open later on this afternoon. You can also check out our Under Pressure section of our website, WSFA.com.